Hello, my YouTube friends. I've done a few videos on green screen options in OBS showing a bunch of different ways to do it. Today, I want to do a video where I show every single method and how to do it and what the pros and cons are of each way of doing it. That way you can decide which method is right for you and try them all for yourself. So you know what? Let's get to it. Likes and comments are super easy things that you can do to help push this video to a wider audience. So take a quick second down below and let me know how I'm doing, and while you're there, if you're not subscribed, please do. It's totally free and it really does help me continue to make content that helps you. So thanks. The first method I want to show you is a simple plugin for OBS. This one's a simple plugin. It brings us to this page. There's a link in the description down below, and we just want to click up here in the top right, go to download, and then we scroll down to the bottom of the page and we can see our little installs. There is one for Windows and one for Mac OS. We're going to click the Windows zip file right here. Then we just need to go to File Explorer, go to our downloads, and I'm going to right click on this and extract it. And I'm going to go into that extracted file and I'm going to copy out the two folders that are in here by selecting them, right clicking and going to copy. And now I just need to find my OBS-Studio folder. Now yours is probably going to be in Program Files. Mine is not, but once we get there, just go ahead and click on the OBS-Studio file. And then on the right pane, go ahead and right click and click paste. And if you've had this installed before, you're going to go ahead and overwrite it. Otherwise, it's just going to go ahead and copy in there. And mine is actually going to stop a little short because I'm recording this in OBS. So it wants to either skip the files or try again. So basically, I'm just going to close OBS and finish the install. I'll see you in OBS. And here in OBS, all I'm gonna do is click the plus and add a camera and click OK. And we'll drop this down and we'll select my cam link right here. And I just need to go down and select the microphone that I want to use. So I'll click on this, drop this down and select my cam link microphone. Click OK. Now I need to right click right here on my camera and go to filters. And we're going to click on this plus right here and select background removal. And it brings up this here with a bunch of different settings, and you can adjust these. They make a little bit of difference. It doesn't actually look that bad, and it does make the fingers come in pretty nicely. We can adjust these settings all we want, but I will caution you to be a little bit careful, and you're going to see why in a minute. I go down here and start to mess with some of these settings. We can kind of dial it in so it looks pretty good, but we will get some weird stuff, like when my thumb gets too close to my face there. And if we go down here, we can play around with these settings. And like I said, play around with these settings at your caution. If I come down here and we adjust these settings right here, some of them don't really do anything, and some of them will actually crash your system, as you're going to see right here. And there we go. So I just restarted OBS, and I'm going to click here and change my background color to green and click OK. Then I'm going to go over here and click the plus, and I'm going to add the chroma key, and that removes the green screen from our background. And since I already have a media source loaded, there we go. We can see how this works, and it's not too bad at all. Looks pretty good. Now the second method I want to show you is using the snap camera. First, we're going to install the snap camera. This is the virtual AR, and we're gonna go to this page and click download, and it tells us a little bit of information about what you actually need to run this, so you can check this out. It's not super hard requirements or anything like that. You just have to check I agree and I am not a robot, and then you can download it for PC or Mac. In my case, I'm gonna download it for PC, and there it is, down in the bottom left. Then I just click on it here down in the bottom left, and it opens up. All I have to do is click next, and then next, and just keep clicking next all the way through the install. You can put the shortcut on your desktop if you like, and eventually it's going to install for you. And once it's done, it'll switch over and you can click finish, and it'll launch Snap Camera if you leave that checked. Now we're gonna go into Snap Camera, and we're just gonna click on the search, and we're gonna type in green screen, and a whole bunch of green screens are gonna come up, and not all of them are good. If we select this first one, you can see that you need an image. So we're gonna go create one. We're gonna use Pixlr E. There is a link in the description for this. I'm gonna go ahead and create a new image. We're gonna go to 1920 by 1080, which is the resolution I stream at. And I'm just gonna call the image green screen. and click create. Then all I need to do is go over here and select the fill button. I'm gonna select this and pick my green color that I'm going to use. Click OK, click in the open space to fill it, and then just go up to File, Export, and then export as PNG. It just exports that green screen image. Now we can go back into our Snap Camera, select image, and just browse to that green screen image in our Downloads folder. Click Open, and there we go. We can see what this looks like, and it doesn't look great. So we'll try this one, and we can select an image, and this doesn't really seem like it does anything at all, so we're not going to use that one. Let's try this one, and we'll select our green screen image, click open, and there we go. And that's probably about as good as it's going to get. You can see we get washout on the hands, but physically it looks like it does me pretty well. So we're going to take that as a win, and we're going to use that in OBS. So let's go over into OBS, and I'll show you how to add this. We just click this plus and we add our camera and click OK. In this case, we're going to use our Snap Camera, and it's already selected there. So I'm going to go ahead and select our microphone properly. Click OK. And all we have to do now is right click on our camera and go to filters, and we'll click this plus and we'll go to chroma key and click OK. And close, and there we go. So now we have the background chromed out. All we have to do is add a media source. So click the plus, go to media source. We're going to browse to our media source, select it, click open, make sure we loop it, and then click OK. Then we just move it below our camera, and there is the result that we get. Not too bad for just a couple of minutes of work. The last virtual green screen method I want to show you is using the NVIDIA plugin. The links to all these are in the description down below. We're going to start here in the OBS forum page for StreamFX. We're going to go up here to the top and click go to download. And you can see this is an alpha testing release. So we're going to click on this link to get to the regular release and scroll all the way down to the bottom and select the install that we need. There is Mac OS, there is Linux, and there's also Windows, which is what we're using. We're going to select that. And once this file's finished downloading, I could just click it and it brings up our install. And I'm going to click run on this screen, and then I'm going to accept the agreement and click next. Now I already have this on my machine, so I'm not actually going to click install, but once you do, it'll just install this on your machine and you'll be all set and ready to go. And then I'm going to scroll back up and I'm going to click on this virtual green screen here, number 680. And this is the feature in StreamFX that allows us to do the green screen. And it takes us to this that tells us a little bit about it, and we're just going to click here, which will take us to the NVIDIA page, which has the rest of the installs that we need. Now this has 3 installs, and the one you probably need is the video effects one. I'm just going to download all 3 of them and install them because they add extra features and functionality that you can use with your NVIDIA graphics card. They're all fairly tiny packages, and so they're not going to take up a lot of space on the machine. There's really no problem with having them all on there. Once they're downloaded, I'm just gonna click on the bottom one here, and they all have slightly different install packages. You just click here and it installs, and when it's done you can close it and move on to the next one. And you just agree to the license, it installs it, and you click close when it's done and move on to the next one. That's pretty much how all installs go on PC. You should be relatively familiar with that at this point. You just agree, it automatically starts installing, and then you click close when it's finished. And there you go. All 3 of the NVIDIA packages are on here, and StreamFX. We now have everything that we need to get started. Once you have it installed, this is really easy. We just go into OBS and we'll click the plus and we'll add a camera. And I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure that my camera has the right microphone. Click here, drop down and select my cam link mic. We're good to go. Now we have a camera. We're going to right click on it and go to filters. We're going to click this plus down here and we're going to go ahead and select virtual green screen. And you can drop this down and select quality or performance. And basically I just select the NVIDIA and click close and we're ready to go. Our background is removed, so all we need to do now is click the plus and add a background. So I'm going to click the plus and go to media source, and all I have to do is browse to a media source and we'll loop this source. And any video or picture file will do. There we go. We just need to bring it below our camera and now it works. It's really that simple. And it looks a heck of a lot better if I'm being honest. when you go ahead and you shrink these up. If you're gonna just use this for like a face cam and put it down in the bottom left or right corner or whatever, well, they look pretty good. You won't even really notice that it's a virtual green screen that much, depending upon the size of the image. So now that you've seen 3 different methods for using the virtual green screen on your live stream, let's talk about the pros and cons of each. The virtual green screen plugin for OBS is easy to install and use, and it has some tweaking that you can do to make it look better. And overall, I'd say it's probably middle of the pack visually. The downside is it can be finicky and crash OBS, like you saw, if it doesn't like the settings that you choose. And this can put OBS in a crash loop where you may have to actually remove the plugin to get OBS to work again. Now, I didn't have to do that, but it could happen. And it can also use a lot of CPU on some machines without any dedicated graphics card. Using Snap Camera green screen lens is super easy to set up and use. The downside is it's probably the worst visually out of all 3 of them. The NVIDIA add-on is by far the best option for virtual green screen. It's the best visually, and it doesn't use much processing power at all to run, and it's totally reliable. The downside is obviously you need an NVIDIA graphics card to use it, and it's a bit more complicated to set up and install than the other 2. For the most professional results, there really isn't any alternative to using a real green screen. But if you are using a small windowed face cam for your stream, you can get results with this that are good enough with the virtual green screen, and they are a lot of fun to use. If you want to see a lot of other cool stuff that you can do with Snap Camera, you should check this video out right here. Big thanks to the sponsors that support this channel. You can find their links in the description below. I couldn't possibly do this without them or you. And if you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks to help make you a better live streamer or YouTuber, subscribe to the channel. My name is Michael Fire Jr. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.